In a bustling town in Lagos, there lived a vibrant young woman named Adebisi. Adebisi was 23 years old and full of dreams and ambition. She was a seamstress known for her exquisite designs and intricate stitches. Her beauty and talent were admired by many, but it was her heart that truly shone. She had recently married Tunde, a man she believed was her soulmate. Tunde was charming and seemed to offer Adebisi the promise of a beautiful future. Adebisi and Tunde's early days of marriage were filled with joy. They lived in a small but cozy apartment, and though their means were modest, their love for each other was rich. Adebisi often imagined a bright future with Tunde and her unborn child. She was 6 months pregnant and glowing with happiness at the thought of becoming a mother. Tunde was initially supportive, attending to her needs and sharing her dreams of a happy family. However, things began to change as Adebisi's pregnancy progressed. Tunde started staying out late, claiming he was working extra hours to provide for the growing family. His behavior became erratic and he grew distant, often avoiding Adebisi's attempts to discuss their future. Adebisi, though worried, tried to hold on to hope, believing that once their baby arrived, things would improve. She clung to the idea of a loving family despite the growing cracks in their relationship. One evening, Tunde came home looking unusually serious. He sat Adebisi down and delivered a devastating blow. He no longer wanted to be part of their marriage or the impending responsibilities of fatherhood. Adebisi's heart shattered as Tunde packed his belongings and walked out the door, leaving her alone and pregnant. She couldn't believe that the man she had trusted with her heart had abandoned her in her time of need. Adebisi was heartbroken, but she knew she had to be strong for her unborn child. She gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, whom she named Akin, which means bravery in Yoruba. Adebisi knew she had to embody the meaning of her son's name. As a single mother, life became an endless series of challenges. Adebisi worked tirelessly to provide for Aki, taking up multiple jobs to make ends meet. During the day, she continued her work as a seamstress, sewing clothes for the women in her community. At night, she worked as a cleaner in a local office building. The exhaustion was overwhelming, but Adebisi's love for Aki kept her going. Her friends and neighbors admire her strength and often pitch in to help care for Aki. But the weight of her responsibilities were never truly lifted. Despite the hardship, Adenisi found moments of joy in her son's laughter and his first steps. She was determined to give Aki the best life possible, even if it meant sacrificing her own dreams. Every stitch she sewed and every floor she cleaned was for him. The days were long and the nights were often sleepless, but Adebisi's spirit remained unbroken. She believed that one day her hard work and perseverance would pay off. One day, while Adebisi was working at a small restaurant to earn extra money, a man named Bayo entered her life. Bayo was a successful businessman who had recently returned from abroad. He noticed Adebisi's diligence and the sadness behind her smile. Intrigued by her story and moved by her resilience, Bayo began frequenting the restaurant just to see her. He admired her strength and felt a growing desire to know her better. Bayo eventually struck up a conversation with Adebisi, learning about her struggles and her unwavering determination to provide for her. Adebisi was initially guarded, but Bayo's genuine kindness and interest in her well-being slowly broke down her walls. He began to assist her in small ways, offering financial help and moral support. Bayo admired Adebisi's resilience and found himself falling for her. As the month passed, Bayo's feeling for Adebisi deepened. He saw in her a strength and beauty that went beyond her outward appearance. One evening, a heartfelt conversation about their hopes and dreams, Bayo confessed his love for Adebisi. He asked her to marry him, promising to take care of her and Alaki. Adebisi was taken aback, not expecting to find love again, especially with someone as kind and successful as Bayo. Adebisi took her time to consider Bayo's proposals. She reflected on her past and the pain Tunde had caused her, but she also saw the possibility of a bright future with Bayo. His love and support already made a significant difference in her life. After much thought and prayers, Adebisi agreed to marry Bayo. They had a beautiful wedding filled with joy and hope. Bayo treated Akin as his own son, showering him with love and care. Adebisi's life took a complete turn for the better. She moved into Bayo's luxurious home, and her days of struggling and suffering were over. She was now surrounded by love and security. Adebisi felt like she was living a dream. She often marveled at how her life had changed and thanked God for his blessings. Bayo's presence brought a new light into her life, and she embraced her new beginning with gratitude and joy. While Adebisi was thriving in her new life, Tunde's circumstances had worsened. After leaving Adebisi, he made series of poor decisions that led to financial ruin. He struggled to find stable work and eventually ended up as a gate man for a wealthy family. The job was far from the life he had imagined for himself, but he had no other options. Tony was humbled by his situation and often thought about the family he had abandoned. One day, as Tony was performing his duties at the gate, he saw a familiar car approaching. His heart skipped a bit as he recognized Adebisi stepping out of the car with a man and a young boy. She looked radiant and happy, a stark contrast to the last time he had seen her. Tunde's eyes widened as he realized that Adebisi was now the wife of his employer. The woman he had abandoned was now living the life he had always dreamed of. Adebisi, engrossed in her new life, didn't notice Tunde at first. She was too busy with Bayo and Akin, enjoying the love and happiness they shared. However, one day, as she was leaving the house, she happened to glance at a gate man and recognized that it was Tunde. Her heart raced with mist of emotions, anger, sadness, but also a sense of triumph. She saw the regret and shame in Tunde's eyes, and he could barely look at her. Tunde felt a wave of regret wash over him. He had lost everything, while Adebisi had found happiness and success. He knew he couldn't continue working there. The shame and guilt were too much to bear. Tunde handed in his resignation and left quietly, hoping to find a way to rebuild his life. He had learned a harsh lesson about the consequences of his actions and the value of the family he had forsaken. Adebisi encounter with Tunde stirred a wild wind of emotion within her. She remembered the pain of being abandoned and the struggles she had to endure. But She also felt a sense of vindication. She had survived and thrived despite the hardships. And seeing today in such a humbled state brought her a sense of closure. She realized that her journey had made her stronger and more resilient. As Tunde walked away from his job as a gateman, he couldn't shake off the image of Adebisi's success and happiness. He regretted his past decisions deeply and wished he could turn back time. Tunde's life became a series of attempts to make amends and find redemption. He sought forgiveness from those he had wronged and worked hard to rebuild his life from the ground up. Tunde's journey was long and arduous, but he learned valuable lessons about humility, responsibility, and the importance of family. As the years passed, Adebisi and Bayo's love continued to grow stronger. They expanded their family, welcoming another child into their lives. Adebisi's business flourished thanks to Bayo's support and their unwavering dedication. She opened her own boutique where her designs were celebrated and sought after. Adebisi's boutique became a symbol of her journey from struggle to success, inspiring many young women to pursue their dreams despite their odds. Adebisi's boutique, Adebisi's creation, quickly gained popularity in Lagos. Her unique designs attracted customers from all walks of life, including prominent figures in the fashion industry. Adebisi's story was featured in the local newspaper and magazines, highlighting her resilience and entrepreneurial spirit. She became a role model for many, showing that with determination and hard work, one could overcome any obstacle. Adebisi also became involved in community projects focusing on supporting single mothers and underprivileged children. She started a foundation that provided vocational training and financial assistance to women in need, helping them become self-sufficient. Her foundation's work was widely recognized, and Adebisi received numerous awards for her contribution to the society. Bayo continued to be Adebisi's rock, supporting her in every endeavor. Their love grew deeper and each passing day, and they created a happy and nurturing environment for their children. Aki, now a teenager, excelled in school and showed a keen interest in his mother's business. He often helped out at the boutique. Rose of entrepreneurship from Adebisi. One day, while Adebisi was organizing a charity event for her foundation, she received an unexpected visitor. It was Tunde, looking tired and worn out, but with a look of determination in his eyes. He has come to seek forgiveness and to thank Adebisi for the lessons he had learned through his mistakes. Tunde had turned his life around, finding stable work and making amends with those he had wronged. Adebisi was initially taken aback by Tunde's presence. Then she saw the sincerity in his eyes. She listened as he recounted his journey and the regret he had carried with him. Tunde expressed his deep remorse for abandoning her and Akin, acknowledging the pain he had caused. He also thanked her for being a beacon of strength and an inspiration even from afar. Adebisi, moved by Tunde's transformation and genuine apology, decided to forgive him. She believed in the power of second chances and saw that Tunde had truly changed. They had a long conversation filled with tears and healing. Tunde's visit brought closure to a chapter of Adebisi's life that had once been filled with pain. Adebisi's encounter with Tunde allowed her to fully embrace her future without the shadows of her past. She felt a sense of peace and liberation, knowing that she had overcome adversity and built a beautiful life for herself and her family. She continued tirelessly on her business and foundation, always striving to make a positive impact on the lives of others. As the years went by, Adebisi and Bayo's children grew up in a loving and supportive home. Akin followed in his mother's footsteps, becoming a successful entrepreneur and expanding Adebisi's creation into a global brand. He often spoke of his mother's strength and resilience, crediting her for his success and determination. Adebisi's foundation also grew, touching the lives of countless women and children. She traveled across Nigeria, sharing her story and empowering others to rise above their circumstances. Her message of hope and perseverance resonated with many, and she became a sought-after speaker at international conferences and events. One of the most memorable moments of Adebisi's journey was when she received a prestigious award for her contribution to society. She stood on the stage holding the award and looked out at the audience. In that moment, she reflected on her journey from a struggling single mother to a celebrated entrepreneur and philanthropist. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for the support and love that had carried her through the darkest time. As Adebisi and Bayo grew older, they continued to cherish each other together. Their love has stood the test of time and adversity, growing stronger with each challenge they faced. They often reflected on their journey and the blessings they had received, grateful for the life they had built together. In her later years, Adebisi wrote a book about her journey titled From Struggle to Strength, a journey of resilience and hope. The book became a bestseller, touching the hearts of readers around the world. Adebisi's story of overcoming adversity and finding success resonated with many, offering hope and inspiration to those facing their own challenges. Adebisi's tale became a cherished part of Yoruba folklore, a story of resilience, love, and the unexpected ways in which life can change for the better. Her legacy lived on, inspiring future generations to dream big, work hard, and never lose hope. For Adebisi had shown that with faith and determination, one could overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness.